inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, I'm going to be doing my first random hypnosis session of the year. This is where I look at randomly generated variables such as a destination, emotions, or nouns, and then take those ingredients and then create a hypnosis session in real time utilizing those key variables. So for those watching on YouTube, I'm now going to share my screen. Here we go. So first of all, the randomly generated destination is a place called Erfurt in Germany, known for museums, a cathedral, and it looks like it's a place, is the capital of the German state of Thuringen. It's also its largest city in the area. So it looks like an old city. I'm looking at the map here, looking at some of the destinations and things like that. And it looks like it's very much a historical city, very traditional German architecture. Now, the random emotions, there's going to be two random emotions, pain and gratitude. And one of the things that I think a lot of people don't realize is just how much evidence that hypnosis is effective for pain relief. And I think the reason that they don't realize that is because we're in a society where we're so dependent on pain relief in medicated form, anesthetics, pain relief tablets, those kind of things. Whereas actually, hypnosis is very effective for physical pain, but also emotional pain as well. And then we've got gratitude, which I think is a very positive and useful resource state. And then the random word generator, so 3 random nouns. We have wagon. Most people would picture, I think, the traditional Wild West wagon with the big wheels, a form of transporting normally people, but could be, stock and, kind of transportation. It's almost kind of like the form of what buses and lorries used to be before horse travel was kind of replaced with motor vehicles. The second word is conference. Most people, I think, would think of some kind of educational collection of people where ideas are shared and that kind of thing. And then base. I think you can have several meanings towards base. One of them is the foundation, so where things are built from. But you can also have almost like a base camp. If you think about an expedition, you have a safe place before you go exploring to other places. So we're going to take these nouns and then use them as ingredients for this hypnosis session. If you're a new listener and you haven't heard this before, then effectively the reason that I do this is to create almost an artificial way of taking me out of my comfort zone so that I have to create hypnosis in real time with very limited ability to think and plan. And therefore, that forces my unconscious mind to create the hypnosis rather than conscious planning. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense that tension, stress, worries are leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathing in that feeling of relaxation and exhaling tension. And if it's safe to do so, on the next outward breath, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, notice that you can give more of your focus, more of your attention to the sound of my words. Words create meaning in your mind, and those meanings can be given new meanings to create new neural pathways, to allow that neural plasticity to create new doorways of opportunity, to facilitate positive change in your life. As you breathe in and breathe out, notice that as you exhale, more of that tension leaves your body, including tension around your neck, jaw, chest, and lungs, enabling you to take deeper and deeper breaths outwards. And the more you breathe out, the more of a vacuum there is for you to create an inward breath, filling your lungs with that feeling of resourceful relaxation. And as your body relaxes, your mind activates that part of your subconscious mind that loves to play with your imagination. And I want you to imagine that you can teleport anywhere in the world. And for some reason, you're going to be teleporting to a city in Germany. I want you to imagine that you are magically transformed and transported to a city called Erfurt, a city in Germany. And I want you to imagine that of all the places that you could be in this city, perhaps the picturesque old town, perhaps walking by the scenic rivers, or the old university. I want you to imagine that you are standing outside the ancient cathedral. This old, impressive cathedral on top of Domburg Hill enables you to look out at this expansive city around you under blue skies. And I want you to imagine that you walk into the cathedral, see the impressive ceilings, the artwork, and I want you to go to somewhere in this cathedral that seems a place of reflection, a place where you can connect with yourself. I want you to imagine that you're there in whichever posture or position enables you to relax even more. Maybe you're lying on your back, maybe in a meditation pose, maybe kneeling down, or perhaps just sitting on one of the wooden benches. But here, in this building, in this place, you go inwards into your mind. And I want you to focus on an area of your life that still causes pain. Not physical pain, some kind of emotional pain. I want you to think of one unresolved issue that still niggles, that still comes up, that feels like it's unfinished business, unresolved in some way. And maybe it creates a feeling of discomfort, guilt, or regret. Whatever it is, I want you to know that in this place you are safe. And you can think of this thought in a new way. I want you to imagine, in a strange way, that this is an opportunity to turn a loss into a win, pain into a source of gratitude. I want you to imagine that. What if this source of pain is actually a base, a foundation on which you can grow, you can learn? I want you to imagine that there is something in this moment that is an opportunity to learn, and perhaps that's why it's still coming back again and again. I want you to imagine that the pain in your past are like the delegates at a conference, perhaps speakers on a stage. They have something to share with you, some insight that you can take. And I want you to imagine placing the part of you that is still connected with that source of pain to be standing on a stage at a conference, telling the story. It's separated from you, disassociated. You can see that version of yourself telling the story. And I want you to imagine that you're a delegate in the conference learning from that story. And sometimes in a conference you hear painful stories, and the whole purpose is that you can learn from someone else's experience. So imagine you're learning from that part of you and their experience. And when you hear the story again as it's being told like it's being told by someone else, doesn't it have a different meaning? And I wonder if there's something positive you can take from that moment, that source of pain. Isn't that a reason to be grateful? What if this moment in your life, this lesson that you can learn, this wisdom you can extract, enables your life to go into a different direction, that enables your future to be full of more pleasurable, profound moments, accomplishments, and memories that you wouldn't have had were it not for this source of pain? What if on this journey in your life, this moment of pain is like a crossroads, and as you're traveling on your wagon, because of this moment of pain, from that pace forward, your life takes a different direction, a different road. So you can travel on your wagon in life in a more positive direction that you wouldn't have had were it not for this source of pain. And I want you to imagine also that if that is true, that if somehow your life can be enhanced from pain, doesn't it mean that the base level of joy, of experience, of accomplishments raises each time you're successfully able to deal with emotional pain? Isn't that where resilience comes from? Isn't that where wisdom comes from? Not from the moment itself, but from reflecting on that moment, learning from that moment, being grateful from the lessons from that moment. And imagine, as you're there in that conference learning from that other version of you telling the story, that they have some profound insight at the end of that story as to what this new meaning that is attached to that moment enables them to learn from that moment. What if you learn to be more humble? Learn to be more careful? Learn to detach yourself from the actions and behaviors of other people? What if you can create new boundaries, raise your standards, take more personal responsibility, and detach yourself from this idea of victimhood or blame? Isn't that a reason to be grateful? And I want you to take that gratitude, feel where it is inside you, and feel it expanding and growing. Because from a place of gratitude, isn't it true that you feel more resourceful, feel more capable? Pain will shut you down, and gratitude will raise you up. Increase the height of that base for you to see the world from an elevated perspective. Amplify that gratitude and keep it locked in you as you then find yourself back in that place of meditation in that cathedral. And as you do so, I want you to leave again, looking out at the city from that elevated base on top of that hill, and realize that at some level, your life is also elevated. Because when you can take pain and turn it into gratitude, it doesn't make you immune from pain, but it makes pain your employee, someone that works for you to enhance your life, but only when you extract the value from it. It's now time to leave this place as you tell